welcome to episode 8 of Travel with Victoria Rose. Now, I have a question for you today, as I do with every episode. What excites you? Three words that can have a dramatic impact on your life. If you are not able to list what excites you, there may only be three things on that list, there could only be one. But if you are not able to find something in your life that excites you, I can tell you right now, you are not living your best life. My name is Victoria Rose, and I am known as the Queen of Livestream. And as a queen, I would like to send to you, as I always do, a heart, because the world needs more heart. So let's operate from the heart. We need to include this as well, but it absolutely has to include your heart. And when we start doing that, we will see a better life for more people on this planet of ours. So I'm live coming to you on location from Croatia, and I've been scrambling all over these rocks because I promised you I'd show you a bit more of where I live. So here we go. And here I am with my Mac, my trusty Mac, and I wanted to do it from my computer today rather than from my mobile phone. So here I am being very trusting with my Mac. So what is this all about? Why am I even addressing this today? Well, the reason why I'm addressing it and why I find it so important is this. For those of you that have been following my journey so far, thank you. You will know that I am living the dream. I am posting images of where I am, of the views from my balcony, and I'm sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, because that is life, regardless of where you are and what you are doing. That is life. So here is what happened a few days ago. I woke up, thank goodness. That's always a blessing, isn't it? I woke up, and as I was lying in bed, I realized something. It's not that you have to be excited all the time. I am not saying that. But I was lying there in bed, and the mind, that mind chatter was going. And this is so true. It's like that song, "If you leave me, can I come too?" Wherever you go, there you are. So you can travel to the most exotic destinations. Who's joined? Hello, Pamela. Thank you for joining me today. You can travel to the most exotic destinations, but you still take you. And as a matter of fact, it can be in these far-flung places, because almost everywhere is far-flung from Australia, isn't it? And you take all of, so it's not just that luggage, that baggage that you're carrying on your back and you're pulling along in your trolley bag. It's that internal stuff you're taking with you as well. So here I am, waking up and having that feeling that I had when I was living a bit of an unhappy period or unfulfilling period before I left Australia. Hey, thanks for joining. And here is what I realized. I am in the most amazing place. I mean, it is just so beautiful. Yet I am not feeling that I'm living in this amazing place. What is happening? And that's when I sat down and I realized what the issue was. So I would like to now share with you have you got that? Three states of being. Now, this is an original thought, if there is such a thing. This is something that I came up with because I was experiencing it myself I thought, okay, what is it that I am experiencing and what would I choose to experience? So, first of all, the best thing to do is to write out a list. As I've already said, there may only be one thing on that list, but write out a list of that which excites you. It's not about winning the lotto, that's temporary. It's not about getting that new car, the new house, or the holiday, or the blah, blah, blah. You know, all that stuff. That excitement is temporary. It's like when you get a new car and you say to everyone and to yourself, no one is eating in my new car. I ask you, how long does that last? It's like when you get a pay rise at work and initially you're so excited, but then you get really used to that pay rise and it's like nothing's changed. So we need to have a look at what is it that we are doing. So I've identified 3 states. The first state is I call C&C. So that's called comfort and content. I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. The second stage is, or second state of being rather, is D&D, which is discomfort and discontent. What are the roots of your discontent? Yes, always wanted to fit that bit in. Now, the third state of being, as I define them, is E&E, and that's inquiry and excitement. Now, as I go through and I share what these different states of being mean, please identify for yourself where you believe you are now. If you choose to share it, that'll be fabulous in the comments, and decide where you would like to be. So when we have a look at C&C, so that's comfort and content, here's the question that you might be asking yourself. So I put it all, so one of the things is that you could be in your life where you're asking, is this all there is? So how would you answer that if you were in the state of being of C&C? Well, you would look around at your life, the life that you've created, always take accountability for that. And if you're in a state of being of C&C, you would be content. You'd look around and you'd look at the relationships that you have formed in your life. Perhaps you have grandchildren. Perhaps you have a partner that you are enjoying a fabulous life with, or a contented life with, companionship. And let's have a look at the other part of life, which is financial. So when you are in comfort and content, then it, you are comfortable financially. You might even be really well off, but the bottom line is that you feel comfortable, because as we all know, whatever the reality is immaterial. It's actually how you feel about that reality that really counts. And so the third part of C&C, so that's comfort and content, is how you are around the purpose. Now, your purpose, if you are in a state of being of C&C, could be you are the best ever grandmother that's ever happened. It's not that you have to aspire to that, but you know that what you are doing is helping your grandchildren, or you have a purpose, whether that's helping other children, whether you're volunteering or you're doing something in your life. That purpose might be to experience joy. That's a purpose. Yep. And when you experience joy, you radiate that joy out to others, and you are a shining example. So are you in C&C? And if you are, I say bravo to you. C&C. Let's now have a look at the second state of being, which is D&D. Now, D is discomfort and discontent. So when you're in this state of being and you look around at the life that you've created, you always have to accept responsibility for that, because if you don't, then you have given away your power, which your power is creating the life that you're actually living now. So What does D&D, discomfort and discontent, look like when we have a look at relationships? Because you are the sort of person that is in discomfort and discontent, perhaps you're one of those that looks like you've got a cloud hanging over your head. Are you one who blames others? Doesn't matter who they are. Could be your partner in life, it could be your family, it could be your friends, whatever. But you do not attract people that can actually show you a different way of being, because like attracts like. We absolutely know that. Let's have a look at finances when you're experiencing D and D, discomfort and discontent. Really, I have to say again, it could be a struggle financially, that it really doesn't matter, because you could have all the money in the world, but if you're in the state of being a discomfort and discontent, then it doesn't matter how much money you've got, there'll always be a complaint. You'll always be discontent. Now, let's have a look at the third way to look at these states of being, which is purpose. Well, you actually won't have one, except possibly to make the lives of your partner, your family, your friends, and indeed yourself an absolute misery. Let's now have a look at the third state of being, which is E and E. So remember, that's energy, inquiry and excitement. So what do you see when you look around at your life? And you also would be asking that question, is this all there is? But your answer to that would be, no, there's more. There's more. You see, inquiry and um, enthusiasm is not about hungering for more. It's that inquiry of discovering that there is more to life. And I need to find out, or I want to find out, what else is there that I can do? Looks like we've got a whole schoolroom that has descended upon us. Let me have a look. Oh, yes, just behind us. They've got this whole area to go, but they're just behind me. See, when you have this E and E happening, you're an attraction magnet. Sometimes you attract the people you don't necessarily want to attract, though. So let's have a look at E and E. So that's inquiry. An inquiry person is always asking, well, why is it so? And they want to know the deeper reason. Let's have a look at how we look at those three parts when you're in a state of being of inquiry and enthusiasm. So, relationships, because you have this upbeat way of being, and it's natural, and it's not that you have to always be that way, but when you're talking about something that interests you, that it's like you're on a journey, then clearly you do have this vibe. And so many people don't have that vibe in their life, and they're attracted to that, just like these people are here today. Hello, how are you? These young Croatians that are here. And how about that? Bomb shelling or photo bombing or live stream bombing my live stream. Really, these Croatians. Now, where was I? Yes. So let's have a look at relationships. So they attract generally people that want to be closer to them, that enjoy them. Now, this can also mean that they can attract envy, they can attract people that want to dim their light. And that's part of the journey as well, is to step away from those relationships, from people that actually want to dim your light. And finances, someone who chooses the state of being of E and E, so that's inquiry and enthusiasm, will go through those ups and downs of life as far as financial difficulties. As I've shared, that's something that I have been through. I was facing homelessness about a year ago now, when I was living in Melbourne. But someone who is truly stepping into E and E knows that they can find a way to support themselves. They create that way, which is exactly what I did, which is quite comforting at the time. Let's now have a look around at purpose. So if you are in E and E, you have a purpose. People might say, gosh, look at your energy. How do you keep that energy up? Because you, as the years go on, you get more clarity around what's really important to you, around what you want to share. So there we have it, my 3 states of being. Please, if you do nothing else after watching my live stream today, go right ahead and ask yourself what excites you. Now, I'll share with you what I discovered. And I kind of knew this, but when I created my list, when I woke up that morning, I had a look at the list and it had things like creating new projects, traveling, um, dancing. It had things like that on it. And then I realized what was the most important thing. So here's the insight I had from creating my list. And the insight was that when I am creating, I am happier, I am excited, and sometimes frustrated, way more. Look, I've got a little fan base here now. Here we go. Say hi, girls. Hello. You're saying hi to Australia and the world.
I like Australia.
You like Australia. Oh, that's good.
Do you make a YouTube video?
Sorry?
Do you make a YouTube video?
I absolutely. But this is going onto Facebook.
Oh.
But YouTube as well. You see, Facebook is not for the young ones. They go, oh, Facebook. Okay, so what I discovered is that when I'm creating, I get excited. So when I'm dancing, I'm creating because I prefer solo dancing now anyway. Whatever I do when I'm creating, I'm excited. Now, if I consume too much, I get that dull feeling, that sort of unfulfilled, unhappy feeling. Sometimes when I consume, that sparks off an idea that I can then go and create. But if I overdo the consuming, I'm in trouble. So that's the real insight that I got from making my list of what excites me. So here's your challenge from this live stream is to go right ahead and make a list. Find out what excites you, identify the common thread, because I guarantee there will be a common thread, and then go right ahead and share it with us. Yeah, we're all in this together, because here's the deal. This information is not just for all those women who are over 60, still fabulous. This information is when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 11, or whatever age those young girls are. It's whatever age you are. Because here's what you don't want is to be walking around at 40, buried at 70. And those years between 40 and 70 have not been your best years, or at least years where you've been content. My name is Victoria Rose. And what is my mission? My mission, my purpose is to show women in business how to grow that business, how to grow their global footprint, how to be the star in their own global TV show. Please subscribe so you do not miss any of my updates. Next week, I will not probably be able to do this live because I shall be moving to Dubrovnik. I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for joining me today. And now let me see who is here. Oh, Desley, how are you? Desley says, life excites me. I'm just going to pop you on the screen, Desley. This hasn't been a really good idea at all doing this because I can't put, there we go. There's Desley. Desley says, life excites me. There are so many things to do in my life, but not enough time. Ha ha. I love writing, singing, and sitting in silence. many more too. Kiss, hug. Yes, Desley, go, Desley. Please, replay viewers, you go ahead and put down what excites you too. Don't put winning the lotto. Don't put buying the car. That is temporary. What excites you every day in your everyday life? Thank you. See ya. Bye.